For my first instructional tutorial, I've chosen Desmos. So I'm going to go to the Google search bar and just type in Desmos. And I'm going to enter that. And it brings up Desmos, a free math calculator tool. It has all kinds of different functions where you can create worksheets and the classroom activities right in here. It has lots of tutorials over in the Learn More. It has your basic for function and scientific calculator. And for the purpose of this one, I'm going to go with the graphing tool that Desmos provides and click on that. All right, your first initial thing that you see here is the Cartesian plane, and you can make adjustments within this, and I'm going to do a trigonometry graph or two here in just a second to show how I'm using this in my classroom. And if you see the graph settings, which is the wrench in the upper right hand corner, if you click on that, it shows you are in radians automatically, and if you would choose to go to degrees, we could go to degrees. So for this presentation, I'm going to click over to degrees, and I'm going to put the x-axis between minus 720 degrees, and we'll go with 720 degrees positive, and we are going to go by 30-degree increments. Okay, I'm going to graph the sine function. That's what we've been doing in my trigonometry class. So up here in this left-hand box, I'm going to click on just inside the box, and it'll bring up down at the bottom your screen to do the things that you would like to type in there. I'm going to click over to functions, and in functions it has the trig functions, and I'm going to click on the sine button to indicate I want the sine function. And so if I just click on now x, the sine of x, there is your basic sine function. And if I go over here to the gray dots, you can see the sine of 0 is 0. And up to this one, the sine of 90 degrees is 1. If I go back down here to this gray dot, the sine of 270 is negative 1, and so forth. This would be 360 degrees right here. We're back to 0. If we would want to compare this, say, to the cosine function, I could click on the number 2 over here, and it puts me another graph that's going to come up. And this time I'm going to go to functions, and I'm going to click on the cosine function this time, and also click on the x, and this will put in the blue one that you see here. And so we can compare the cosine function to the sine function, where the cosine of 0 is 1, the cosine of 90 is 0, the cosine of 180 is negative 1, the cosine of 270 is 0, and the cosine of 360 is back to 1. Again, we can make all kinds of adjustments to this. We can do the amplitudes. If we want to change the amplitude, say, of the cosine, we could just type in, say, 2 times the cosine, and you can see what it did. It went from 2 at the top to minus 2 at the bottom. And there's also many other things we can do with this as well. So the Desmos calculator tool, graphing calculator, it's one that I use in my classroom very much. I'm still in the process of learning this tool, but I've found it to be very useful within my trigonometry classroom. So thank you.